Get in there, you legends. What's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Good afternoon. I'm here for another little video, guys. We're here to discuss the latest news, breaking news, and Ruben Amorim is official, my son. Let's be having you. Na 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 na. Ruben Amorim, Ruben Amorim. How are you all doing today, folks? Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to cover all the latest info in the next few minutes. Do us a favour at the start of this stream, though, and smash that like button on it. Give us a big thumbs up. Like the video, share it around. You can repost us, link at the top of the chat, and get yourself subscribed if you're new. And join in the live chat throughout the show. We're going to be dipping in and out and letting you have your say as well. So get in there, you beauties. How you doing, Luan France? Yes, Gaz Elliott, Alex Core, Texas Blue, Daz Sweets, Berbalad, Kingslayer, Andy Corkin Hansen, FYL, Luke CX, let's go. Manny Slouflucky. How dare you. Manny, good to see you, mate. Cali Spera. How you doing, lad? Alex, Andrew Gonsalves, Must Play, Gungshi, get in there, you beauty. Let's go, Luan. And everybody else as well who's in here. Thanks for joining us. Yes, Ruben Amorim is official. Manchester United have announced it. I've just woken up. I'm a bit of a, what's the word? Melter today. Haven't been up that long today. Woke up, in bed, looked at the news, and there it is. Official announcement. Manchester United have unveiled, well, not unveiled, but we have announced that we have obviously reached that agreement, and he is going to be our next head coach. So get in there, you beauties. United, to be fair to us on this occasion, we haven't really messed around, as have we? Usually we take a long time. We're a bunch of hoity-toity, namby-pamby melts when it comes to making decisions, signing players, getting rid of managers, you know, bringing in new managers. Usually we're a bunch of absolute melters. But on this occasion, we have actually moved pretty quickly. He's not coming yet, though, until the international break. So he will be taking over on the 11th of November. So, you know, we've still got another little period of time here with Ruud van Nistelrooy managing the side for a couple of fixtures against the Chelsea Scummers and also against PAOK next Thursday. So quite interesting. I'm going to that game, actually, the PAOK game, and I thought it would be Amorim's first game in charge. It's not. It's Ruud's last game, farewell game, as a little 3-game interim manager, you know, nice, but we get to go see Ruud in the dugout. So Amorim takes over after that, international break shortly after, and then he'll be getting to work, and boy, has he got a lot of work to do. Let's have a look at the the latest, though. So this is official from Manchester United just a short while ago, an hour or so ago, that says that Benvindo as Manchester United, that means welcome. It's done. They have announced it. Their Manchester United head coach, Ruben Amorim, Manchester United's new head coach. Look at this handsome bastard, and not a gilet in sight. You know what I mean? What is this? Is this our new manager or a statue of Socrates, guys? Is it, have we signed a manager or a philosopher? Don't know, mate, but what a pick. You know what I mean, guys? The thinker. Ruben Amorim, the thinker. I love that, guys. I love that, guys. And he's not wearing a gilet. Happy days. No, seriously, he's a handsome bastard, isn't he, mate? Yeah, Bruno Fernandes is big bro right there. But Man United announcing that it's official. Happy days. That's obviously a big thing, you know, that we've done it so quickly and announced it. And Man United also tweeting out shortly after that Ruben Amorim will join United on Monday the 11th of November. So just to confirm the date when he begins his job, it is at the start of that international break. And, you know, it can't come soon enough, really, to be fair. Absolutely can't come soon enough. Okay, so also, this is the statement officially from the club, which just says this. Manchester United is delighted to announce the appointment of Ruben Amorim as head coach of the men's first team, subject to work visa requirements. He will join until June 2027 with a club option of an additional year. Once he has fulfilled his obligations to his current club, he will join Manchester United on Monday, 11th of November. I mean, if anything's taught us, about managerial contracts, it's the departure of Erik Ten Hag. It's given him a new deal last summer. It's having to pay him, what was it, £12 million for him to piss off. So take this with a pinch of salt in terms of the contract length. You know, he might have a contract until 2027 with an option for an extra year, but he's obviously still got to perform to a decent level, otherwise it's going to be ripped up, isn't it? But I actually do think we've got ourselves a good manager here. I mean, in terms of the style with his team over in Portugal, they're obviously very impressive. A lot of goals scored, very few conceded, nice style about them, different formation tactics to what we are used to at United, the 3-4-3, and hopefully he's going to bring something around a little bit differently. He will obviously get time, and we do need to give him time. So, he may well come in and there may well be a bounce. We might see a better Manchester United for a while with players happy, I guess, about the departure of the previous regime, but also trying to impress their new manager, trying to actually establish a place in the team under the new coach. That's obviously all things that the players are going to have to focus on once Amorim actually gets to work. So you should see a bounce from Man United. However, we have to be realistic with our expectations, I think, especially this season, because we've already started this season in an absolute gash mode with Erik Ten Hag's our manager, getting us down to, 14th in the league, -3 goal difference, whatever it is, just depressing. I don't even look at the league table anymore, guys. I don't think I've looked at the league table since, game week 3. You know, it's just too depressing looking at the league table right now if you're a United fan. So I don't even look at the league table, but we're around about there. And he's obviously going to have to do a bit of damage limitation. And if you actually look at it, it's very early in the season. We're not that many points behind Champions League spaces, hardly at all. So we could easily turn it around. We could easily, improve overnight, I suppose. We can maybe hope that Amorim could come in and change some fundamentals and get us playing some better stuff and winning games. That's why we've got rid of Erik Ten Hag, to make the change. But I'll ask the live chat, guys, where do you see Manchester United finishing this season under our new coach, Ruben Amorim, bearing in mind that we've had a shitter of a start to the season? I mean, I do expect us to have a sort of an upturn in form. Of course, how could it be any worse? It can't be any worse than that Erik Ten Hag debacle towards the end. So I'm expecting us to have an upturn in form. There's still obviously good sides all above us that are looking to try and get those Champions League spaces. I still think that's pretty out there for us in terms of realistic expectation to finish. So I'm going to say I'm sticking with 6th. I'm sticking with 6th now, guys. It's depressing, but 6th I think is about as good as we can hope this season. And that would really kind of be, okay, because it's not Amorim's fault, is it? The damage has been done at the start of the season. What we want to see, what's very important for this season, so it's not a complete wasted season like all the other ones pretty much. What we want to see is just progression. We want to see a change. We want to see a change in style, maybe a change in the culture. Hopefully the manager can come in and, not just pick players based on reputation. Hopefully he's going to come in and change the way we play, change the style. And we could just see that over the course of this season, and then we'll properly attack next season with higher expectations. He's also having to deal with a squad which, well, it's sus, isn't it, guys? It's a sus squad. No, it's not a great squad. I think, personally, it should be doing a lot better than it is, obviously, with the players we've got in there. We've got some great players, the Portuguese Magnifico and all the rest of it, but some of them don't turn up and perform. We've got a great squad of players, but it's not top tier, is it? So he's still got a bit of work to do, I think. It's not capable of winning the league, this squad, personally, I don't think. It's not City levels. It's not that sort of 24-man, 26-man squad that's got a lot of depth. I say that, but City have got about 13 players left and have injury issues at the moment. Cheating bastards! Justice! No, to be fair, it's just mind games, isn't it? What are they going to do? They're going to play Edison at CDM in the next game, are they, mate? I don't know. Bunch of tossers. First in EPL, says Manny. Love that. Let's see what you guys are saying. 6th or 7th. Yeah, Manny's feeling very much optimistic with Amorim coming in. Go on, Manny, lad. Love that. Top 6 in Europa. Top 4. Charging a trophy. Oh, I mean, a trophy would be just the stuff dreams are made of. Yeah. I mean, if we finish top 7 and won a trophy, it would actually be not a terrible result for the season, considering the start we've had under the previous manager. You think Ten Hag could have turned it around? Fair enough. Dub music? Well, yeah. I suppose Ten Hag could have turned it around in the same token that the captain of the Titanic could have not smashed it into the fucking iceberg, mate. Do you know what I mean? I suppose that could have happened, but it didn't. Just like the captain of the Titanic smashed into the iceberg, Erik Ten Hag indeed shat it at United. So I don't think he could have turned around personally, but maybe he could have. You know, maybe he could have. Yeah, that's true, Berber. Yeah. Well, you know, if it goes tits up, he could get a new sponsorship for Just for Men Grey at the end of it, you know, this handsome bastard. So, yeah, you're buzzing. We got Amorim Mount, good man. Me too. I think he's going to be a good acquisition for us, especially compared to the previous Melter. What's up there, Dilvani? 4th in Europa League. You think we could win the Europa? I mean, I don't know, mate. Look at how we're doing so far in the Europa League. Don't even want to. I guess that if we smash up PAOK and get back on track. I like your style, Dilvani. I like your style. I like the optimism. Yeah, what's going on, lad? How you doing there? Come on, let's go. I'll be there with Alien, Tenno, and Ray Carl. Quite possibly, Mark N. Give us a cheeky message, my lad. Not in my live chat. Stephanie Griffith, thank you so much for the 45 likes tally. You what? New manager Ruben Amorim announced. This video's got 45 likes. Yee, Bacon Brigade, assemble! If you could smash the like on the video, that would be great. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Stephanie. Hit the likes if you haven't done so. Give us a big thumbs up. And also share it around and subscribe. Cheers. Ladis says, this is the point I'm making, really, Ladis. He says, do you think the best tactics in the world with our players, we would make top 2 in the league? No. I think we could probably finish about 3rd or 4th, you know, if everything was going our way. Because we do have a few problem areas in the team still, even after spending all that money. Kind of like, you know, if you think about the Xerxes-Højlund situation, both got a lot of potential, particularly Højlund, who's even younger. Xerxes looks a little bit, you know, sort of lost at the minute. I still think there's a player in there, and hopefully he'll be doing well in the near future. I mean, he's young. But we don't have like a Ruud van Nistelrooy prime goal-scoring beast up the top of the pitch. We do in the dugout, but we don't have him at the top of the pitch where we've got somebody to score loads of goals. That's a problem, really, because, okay, you can play amazing football, but you do have to have, like, somebody that's capable of getting you 20-plus league goals a season up there, and I don't know if we've got that right now. It doesn't seem like it. We need to develop these players. Joel MCFC. Get in, pigmate. I'm off to get wrecked. Just like the recent history of Manchester City once you're found out, lad. You know what I mean? Get in there, Joel MCFC. Thanks for that, dude. Yeah, love that. Hello there, what's going on there, Football Brownie? Can you imagine the Manchester United meltdown if Amorim crashes and Van Nistelrooy goes elsewhere and becomes a success? Well, that's, I guess, the risk we're going to be running, isn't it? So, Ruud van Nistelrooy is here. He's the interim. He's going to get 3 games in total. Fair play to Ruud, you know. He seems like a nice lad. He loves the club. He wants to do his bit for the club. It's an honour for him to manage. He said all these things himself recently. Great stuff. I actually do think right now, only time will tell, but I do think it would have been nice if Ruud van Nistelrooy was given a little bit more time, like a couple of months, maybe even to the end of the season, just to see what he can do. Because like you say, there could be a really good coach in there somewhere, you know. He's done a short job over at PSV, but I think got to like 2nd in the league or something. He's doing all right, PSV. So he could be a good manager, but he certainly doesn't have the level of experience required for us. But you could argue that neither does Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim doesn't have bags of experience. I mean, he has won a couple of titles and stuff and cups and stuff over in Portugal. But it's Portugal. It's not the Premier League. It's not La Liga. It's not one of the top leagues. It's a good league, but it's not one of the top leagues. It's very similar, in fact, to Erik Ten Hag. In fact, when we went and got him, they're at the same sort of points in their career, aren't they? Where they've done well in their own sort of domestic league, and they could do well in the future at a bigger club. They've got the potential to do bits. But it is very similar to Erik Ten Hag in that sense. So, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen Ruud given a little bit more time, but I'm not going to pretend like I'm not happy we've moved swiftly at the same time, you know, in the same token, really, to get this new guy in. Because it's a bit of intent, really, isn't it? Bit of intent. Musplay says 2 years Nagelman becomes Craig Parker. No one knows what happens. We will deal with it. A fair play to you, lad. Maybe. I don't know about that. I mean, this guy's obviously got an option for an extra year post 2027 as well. So he could be here if he's successful for at least a few years. I think we've got to give him at least 2 years, though, don't we? You know, Ten Hag's had 2 years plus. You do have to perform. You do have to get results. It's a results industry. So maybe, it's going to be dependent, obviously, on performance. Absolutely. I don't know about that, Football Brownie. He says, this guy's the Portuguese Ten Hag, mark my words. That's fair, Football Brownie. That's your opinion. To be fair, Football Brownie, I've heard your opinion on many things before, and you've said, mark my words, I think, on a couple of things. Nothing springing to mind in terms of specifics, but I'm pretty sure you're full of shit, mate. But, fair enough, lad. We'll see. That's your opinion. I don't know about that. I think he's obviously a different guy, different manager, different ideas. He's going to do things differently at United. That's the key word here. Hashtag different. Hashtag change. He's going to do things differently to Erik Ten Hag. So you say he's the Portuguese Ten Hag, but we've got to give him a chance. We've got to see how he does. He does do things differently in terms of his style, his tactics, his formation, all that sort of stuff. So I think we'll see something different, bud. We'll see something different. Yeah, Dilvani says no time for Rude before these players drop their guard. Ruben in now means they have to work. I respect that, lad. Yes, interesting shout. I mean, the thing is with Ruud van Nistelrooy, okay, it's almost like a little bit like the Ollie situation where he just seems like a nice guy, doesn't he, Ruud van Nistelrooy? He just seems too nice. He's too nice. Sometimes you need a bit of a bastard in there. Manny Sluflaki says P-A-O-K is pronounced Pa-Ok. By the way, Pa-Ok, not P-A-O-K. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you very much for telling me, Manny Sluflaki. So what, mate? I'm still going to call them P-A-O-K, all right, bro? Okay. Sorry, did I tell you I'm an ignorant Englishman? Anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully he's going to be a big success here, So, in it, who cares? Exactly. Who cares, money lad? P-A-O-K. I'm going to start just calling him Payok from now on, lad. I'm just going to call him Puck. There you go, like a hockey puck. Okay? Manny says you're also Greek, mate. Okay. I am a quarter Greek, Manny Sluflaki. That's absolutely true. 100%. But I don't speak Greek, mate. Okay? I'm not from Greece. Sorry, there's a little bit of a pause there, guys. I don't speak Greek. I'm not from Greece. I have no responsibility or expectation to know how to pronounce every single Greek word or team name in Greece. I just want to be clear on that one, guys, okay? I struggle enough with teams in England. Do you know what I mean? I do. I struggle enough with teams in England. So if you could just please cut me a little bit of slack here, that'd be much appreciated. Anyway, that's the Greek side of me coming out. Yeah. Asking for a bit of effort there. Okay. So, PAOK Thessalonica, or whatever it is, mate. No, forget it. Anyway, guys, right, so let's cover the rest of what we got. So, yeah, Fabrizio just confirmed it, that said that United and Sporting prepared all documents for Ruben Amorim's move to be sealed in the next days. Same on manager's side, but it's already been announced after that anyway. But yes, Fab just confirmed it earlier on. Also, Florian Plettenberg doing the same earlier on, just confirming that the deal is done. Manchester United had already made contact with Ruben Amorim a few days earlier. At that time, he was already the preferred candidate to potentially succeed Erik Ten Hag. Amorim initially wanted to stay with his current club beyond winter and make the move only in the summer. However, United acted decisively, and now he's the new manager. He will officially start on November 11th, as per Manchester United. So it's all done and dusted there, guys. We've got this guy coming in the 11th of November. It's good because he's going to have a little bit of time, obviously, over international break to get his feet under the table. He's got a lot of work to do, as I say, trying to weed out some of the melts in the squad. Obviously the previous managers signed loads of players that he wanted in his team. Amorim's not going to have that luxury. It's certainly not to begin with anyway. He's kind of got to do with what he's got at the club. So he's going to have to assess the squad over the international break and obviously when all the players are back, etc., and decide who he actually wants to keep and who he maybe wants to get rid of in the summer. So it's going to be quite interesting because obviously everybody is going to be playing for the new manager and he's going to be assessing everyone. We might see like some decisions early doors where like, what the hell is that all about? But he's just giving chances, opportunities to the squad, trying to find the squad that he wants. So initially, there's going to be a bit of an investigative period for him. And then he's going to have to decide, hey, Mason Mount, you are a gash lad, ripping the number 7 off of you. Imagine if he just came in and ripped the number 7 off of Mount. He'd be my favourite manager ever already. Obviously, he's not going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. But it is a debacle that Ten Hag actually oversaw that happening. So we've got to assess some of the squad, players like Xerxes. Is that going to be a player that Amorim wants to play with? Maybe, or maybe not. But at least we have got Højlund up there as an option as well. We've got a little bit of depth, I suppose, in that area. And then, obviously, he's going to have to assess the squad for the style of football he wants to play. So if he does want to play a 3-4-3, if he does want to play with inside forwards, who's getting in those positions? Rashi, Garnacho. If he does want to play with, you've got obviously players like Dallo and Mazraoui who can be doing the bombing wing-back roles. Who's going to get that right-back spot? There's a lot of questions to ask here, There's a lot of questions to ask. And then obviously you think about the defence. So not to say that we will definitely change the way we play and change formation, because maybe he comes in and just goes, well, it's the Premier League, different vibes, let's do a 4-2-3-1. I don't know. But if he is going to do the 3-4-3, which he does at Sporting over at United, then he's going to have to decide who the hell's playing in what positions. So the 3 centre-backs would, right now it would have to be something along the lines of Martinez, Maguire and De Ligt. But obviously with Yoro being fit and coming back into the side, I guess he would obviously take the spot of Maguire. Is that the best centre back? We can't do a back 3 though with De Ligt and Maguire, and that's why it won't work. Pretty much what you have to do, right? The way I see a 3-4-3 working at Manchester United, of course you've got your bombing wing backs, they could be going forward up and down the lines, right? But the back 3, essentially, you need some pacey players there, really, apart from maybe like the middleman. You know what I mean? The middle centre-back, De Ligt, for instance. That could be De Ligt, a big fucking unit there to head the ball away at the back and win everything in the air. But then, either side of them, you kind of need, Martinez and Yoro, hopefully, with that pace and, ability to cover that ground and just drop and cover in the wider areas a little bit there. So that is very important to have a bit. If you're going to play a 3-4-3, I think it is actually very important, especially in attacking 3-4-3 where you're going to be pressing up and stuff. You need to have some reasonably quick centre-backs. Yeah, there you go, United Prodigy. So I think that's what it would be. It would be Yoro, De Ligt and Leacher in there, and probably De Ligt, I would have him obviously in the middle, just acting as that sort of man who clears everything away, and then the lads either side just because they're a bit pacier. Makes sense, really. Hello, Ria says Xerxes is an unfinished player who came to a club in chaos. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I'm not slagging off Xerxes. I think it's very early doors for him. I'm still reserving judgment on him. He needs to do some things soon, obviously, but he's young. I'm sure he'll develop and he'll get a chance under the new coach. It's never good when you're 14th and the manager's just got sacked. For any player coming in, think about that. It's not his fault, is it? Think about that whole situation. It's a shitter of a situation. The club's playing gash. The team's not doing well, obviously. The manager's in turmoil. He's just been sacked. So, yeah, I agree with you. Xerxes is... Chaos is the right word, lad. Chaos is the right word. He's come to the club in chaos, hasn't he? Yep. Need coaches to modify their tactics to use what they have. That's a good coach. Any muppet can just buy players and use tactics. Yeah, absolutely, 100% agreed. Yes. Who's throwing shade at other YouTubers in here? Chill the fuck out. Get a life. Do you know what I mean? Get yourself a fucking life, boy. This is not a platform for you to throw shade at other YouTubers. Even if we think they're knobs over here, we don't say so. We're a positive environment here. You know what I mean? Even if we think there's a bunch of knobs. Arn says, Pig, I had a horrible dream that United become successful and I go the rest of the season sapped of joy because there will be no more rants. That's a great dream, Arnie, mate. I love that. That's a fantastic dream. Yeah, precisely, Malps. Leacher on the left, De Ligt in the centre, and Yoro on the right. Smash a 1 in the chat if you think that actually sounds pretty good, guys. Obviously a 3-4-3. As I say, there's a lot to decide, like... who's going to play where? But I think, yeah, you'd obviously going to have to see Mazraoui bombing down the lines along with Dallo on the other side, I suppose. Who's faster, Xerxes or Fellaini? Oh, that's an interesting one. Surely Xerxes. Funny thing is, in an Amorim system, Anthony would probably be our best winger in terms of work rate. and so, I mean, I don't watch a lot of Portuguese football, so this is what my knowledge of the whole sporting system and everything is largely based on a couple of videos I watch and reading, research and shit like that. So just to be clear, but it does seem like he likes to play with inside forwards, which could really suit the likes of Rashi, I suppose, Anthony Dos Santos on that side, cutting inside, getting shots off, getting chances. Look, Anthony dos Santos, I'm sorry to say, but no, he's too far down the pecking order. I mean, he's got a great work rate about him. Maybe Amorim will give him some chances and we'll see a new player. But, that's a Ten Hag player, isn't it? Only Ten Hag could want him. He's got a footballing ability that only a mother could love. That guy. So eventually he'll piss off back to Ajax, I think, and reunite with Erik Ten Hag. It reunited and it feels so good. It'll be like, the end of the Shawshank Redemption again there. Ria, thank you so much. She says we got 90 likes and 189 viewers. Leave a like, legends. Thank you, Ria. Yes, let's have a good old-fashioned like spike and see if we can get to 100 likes. That'd be awesome. Oh, Malps, that's so funny. I think my brother said the same sort of thing yesterday to me. I think it was him. He said Anthony as a left wing back might work. He tracks back. Just imagine if he was turned into a fully fledged wing back, like, I don't know, Antonio Valencia vibes. Only problem with that theory is that Antonio Valencia was actually a quality player before being turned into a wing back. I mean, like, he was actually a good winger to begin with. That helps. I wouldn't count on it, football with Brownie, mate. I wouldn't count on it. But hopefully for a while, eh? Oh, no worries, James Riley. How you doing? You're working, are you? Hope everyone's having a good day, by the way. Yes, it is. It's lunchtime here. Fair play to all you legends getting in. Right, I'm just going to get into the live chat and have a little bit of a Q&A with you legends for a few minutes. We'll read a bunch of your comments out. Amorim is official. Man United announced it. If you're just getting in, get in there, you beauties. Let's get to work. He starts on 11th of November. Let's be having you. Everyone, smash the likes, hit the subscribe, get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat now. We're going to have a big Q&A. You can also repost us at the top of the live chat there. Getting in there raw on x.com/FlyingPigUnited. Nice one. Interesting. Lindelof will come back into the team until at least January. Yeah, I could see it happening, to be fair. Yeah, absolutely. 100% agreed. With a name of King Boom and admiring the looks of the new manager, the question needs to be asked. Excuse me? Good morning there, Solitude Guard. How you doing? Hope you're all well. Thanks for joining. G-Wolf United. Yeah, let's see. Let's read this. He says, yo, bro, hope you're well. I got mixed feelings about him coming youngest manager we have, but he has got the bollocks to suck off these prima donnas. Yeah, good comment, G-Wolf lad, because we're all being positive here and everything, but what Brownie said earlier is somewhat true in terms of like experience and stature and everything. He's kind of is a Portuguese Erik Ten Hag. He's not a proven to the point where he's won Champions Leagues and European competitions and stuff. He's done it domestically in his own country, and he's young. So he has mad potential, and he's showing great style over there for his sporting side in Portugal. However, there is still a big task at hand, and it's the Premier League, and it's United. It's such a difficult job. So I agree with you. There's no guarantees about this, mate. If you look at the last 10 years and all the managers that have come in, some good names, etc., they've all sort of struggled in their own way and ultimately ended in calamity. So, we need to find a special person who can basically just like stop that rot, who can change the culture, who can change our cycle of absolute gash, because we do go through this cycle at the moment, don't we, where we kind of appoint a new manager and then we do well for a little while, we have a bounce and we do kind of well, and then it all starts to dwindle off, and then it dwindles off, and then what do we do? Then it's shite, and they're struggling, and then we sack the manager, and then it starts again. It's the 10-year cycle that we've seen the last 10 years. So let's hope that he's the guy that can actually stop that cycle. But it is a tough cycle to stop, lad. Tough cycle to stop. Like you say, he's got to sack off certain prima donnas. He's got to deal with prima donnas that he's not even brought into the side. So it's the previous manager, previous regimes that have brought all the players in. So he's going to have to do a lot of work dealing with the squad that's there, because he doesn't have the luxury of going to sign players. He might be allowed to go and get one player, maybe probably from Sporting, Guiaqueras or whatever in the summer or in January even, but he's not going to be able to do it now at all. So yeah, tough ask for the guy. He's got to come in and deal with what he's got and figure the squad out, and then try and actually get them to do much better. It's not easy. Eric Cantona, really. Michael Jenkins, yeah. Beckham's right up there too. Cantona, Schmeichel, Keno, Irwin, Scholes, these guys. But yeah, I'll probably say Cantona. He was the absolute don. Hello there, Anthony Evelyn. Yeah, doesn't you hope that Casemiro and co doesn't sabotage Amorim once they get tired of him? Interesting. Well, there's two ways to look at it, isn't there? So you look at performance the other day, under Ruud van Nistelrooy, and it was much better than what we've seen lately. There's two ways to look at it, right? The first way of looking at it is that these players are absolutely tooled down in melts. They just down their tools under Erik Ten Hag, throw their toys at the ground, don't want to be coached by the guy, given up in the system, lost faith, whatever, and then melts. You can have that stance, which I think is somewhat true for a lot of these players, to be fair. But then you could also have the other stance that Erik Ten Hag was just a bit of a negative melter when it comes to coaching this side, because the instant that he's gone, you can see Manchester United just going for it, looking better. You could argue that the players are absolute tooled down in melts and just like not really giving it their all for the previous manager, but you could also make an argument that Erik Ten Hag just was getting it all wrong. You know, he was just getting it all wrong. And like players like Casemiro, I mean, the last two games, Casemiro's looked like the Casemiro of old. In fact, he's looked like Cassie on steroids. 3 goals in 2 games, running the show last time out. Casemiro's been brilliant. But to be fair to Casemiro, he was very good in Ten Hag's last game as well. You know, in that loss that we had where Cassie scored. Or was it a draw? It was a draw, whatever. No, it was a loss. 2-1 loss. Yeah, Cassie scored, didn't he? And then, obviously, in the last game, we've had Ruud and Cassie's just run the show and got 2 goals. But to be fair, you know, I don't know about that. I think Cassie's going to be absolutely class. I don't think players like Casemiro are going to sabotage what the new manager's doing. Not at all. Not Cassie. Cassie seems very professional, to be fair to him. And, I mean, look at the response we've actually seen from Cassie this season. How much criticism did he get towards the end of last season and even the start of this season? Everyone's saying he's done, he's finished, see you later on, piss off the Saudi lad. But he's still proven himself. He's got a job to do in the team. You know, he's certainly still a quality player, just probably the consistency level's not going to maybe be there as he's getting a bit older. But he's still going for it. He's still trying. He's still battling. He's got the right mentality. He's not giving up, has he? No, he wants to prove everyone wrong. He's still a professional who's giving it his all. So I've got to say, respect Cass. I think he won't be causing any issues for the manager at all. Yeah, maybe Burbalad. He says these players will cry after 5 minutes because they don't like the system, same as they didn't like training at night or Ronaldo made them look crap. This group always has an excuse. Do you know what would have been amazing, actually? And I suppose it could still happen. Probably not. No, it's not going to happen. But Ronaldo as a coach at United, right? Or actually, wait a second. Ronaldo just coming back as a player. Ruben Amorim, all sporting friends. What happened last time you hear Ronaldo? It was a disgrace. Let's right the wrongs of the past. Come back, mate. Coaching role, player coach, under my wing here. Player coach. Maybe one day you'll be managing the Red Devils, mate. Player coach, under my wing, lad. You know? I'm very much doubting that. Who's older, guys? Amorim or Ronaldo? They're both 39, right? That's crazy, isn't it? That Ronaldo's still playing, doing what he's doing, even if it is in Saudi. It's pretty crazy. I was only joking, Dan Sweets, mate. I was obviously only joking. Yeah, there you go, Flowers. Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Nice one, Bubba. Ronaldo back as a coach with Zlatan and Roy Keane ready to beat them socks. Socks full of soap, a la, you know, Full Metal Jacket vibes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I could just imagine Roy Keane just busting in to, you know, the dressing room and just mashing up Luke Shaw with a bar of soap and a flannel, mate, and saying, "You are a disgusting fat buddy, Luke Shaw. Lay off the Frey Bentos. That's your job." Anyway, no, sorry, that's harsh. I need to lay off the Frey Bentos, guys. God knows how much weight I've put on in the last couple of months. I've been on an absolute binge fest. Look at my face. Ronaldo's still better than Rashford. Oh, no doubt. CR7 would be an awful coach. I don't know about that, Piotr. I actually kind of understand what you're saying. He's a bit of a stroppy melter, isn't he? He's the sort of coach you'd be pissed off working for a lot of the time. You'd be like, this guy's a dick. You know, like imagine being a chef in one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. You know, Gordon Ramsay, undoubtedly, obviously, he's a professional chef. You know, he's highly regarded, whatever. But imagine working with that twat, where he's talking to you like shit all the time, and he's saying, you know, or the way he does in those programs anyway, maybe not in his actual restaurant. But imagine I'd chin the bastard. But the point is, it's like, you know, you've got to put up with people sometimes who are volatile, especially if they know what they're doing, right? And Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm not saying he would be a good coach, but I'm telling you, if he did go into coaching, there would probably be nobody with the same level of passion, you know, and expectations and standards. The guy would set massive standards, wouldn't he? He'd have them all going to bed on, a couple of egg whites and waking up on some brown rice. You know what I mean? Rather than Luke Shaw's two free bennies for breakfast. So I'm pretty sure he would instill, what if he goes into coaching, which I don't think he will, but if he does, then I'm pretty sure he'll instill some sort of professional standard in whatever coaching role he's at, because that's what he's about as a player. Same with Messi, says Piotr. You meant to say Ronaldo, not Rashford. Ronaldo's better than the majority of United players still. You'd have Weghorst as a player coach. You what? Played against Johnny Evans and Johnny Evans scored. You'd have to respect him, Piggy. Oh, you'd have to respect him, and he would be the sort of manager I think Ronaldo this is. I don't know if he would do it, because it's a lot of stress, and, once he's done playing eventually, which might be years from now still, he might just want to chill. But if he did get into management, he would certainly demand respect, and if he didn't get that respect, then I'm sure it would be a breakdown. You know what he's like, throwing toys out of pram. Breakdown in relationships if you don't do exactly what Ronaldo wants. Dedication, absolutely. Nobody can deny his dedication, and Ronaldo has a resume to back up what he says, unlike 10 fraud. I could see Ronaldo going into management, and if he does, I think he'll probably be a success, because he's that type of guy, where he's just simply driven. He's simply driven at whatever he does. He's owner material. Yeah, that's it. Well, if you look at that, that's probably what should happen with Cristiano Ronaldo in the future. Like, he should own some sort of a football club. Yeah, like a la David Beckham. Lionel Messi over into Miami is going to exercise a similar option, right, as well? Like, doesn't he have the potential to buy or, buy a franchise or something like that, similar to what David Beckham had, I think. To be honest, you've always preferred a boss who's straight and direct rather than a stab in the back piece of shit. If I'm shouted at, then I probably deserve to be shouted at. Yeah, okay, fair enough, football with Brownie, but I don't think it's as clear as day, one way or the other. Just because you're, not a shout doesn't mean you're somebody that stabs in the back. You want somebody who's neither, mate. You want somebody who's neither, But, man management's important, and also, like you say, sometimes you do need to be shouted at, sometimes you need to have an arm around you, whatever. It's about knowing when. Ronaldo's a Mourinho type, he would win stuff, but not long term. Anyway, fuck this conversation. What are we talking about Cristiano Ronaldo for, lad? We got a new manager. Na. Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim. He's another 39-year-old Portuguese fellow who's hopefully going to come in and transform the way that we do things. But the reason I was just talking about that is because obviously there's that whole sporting connection. Things did end very unfavourably for Cristiano Ronaldo at the end of his time at United, and it's a real shame. Think about the joy and happiness we felt when Ronaldo returned under Oli that season in the summer, and he started so well, and he scored 18 goals that season. We were very happy at the beginning when Ronaldo came back. How could you not be? The best player in the world returns home. But then it all went sour, didn't it? The relationship broke down with Erik Ten Hag and the club. It is kind of like a bit of unfinished business there, guys. It really doesn't. It doesn't sit well with me that, the whole way that Cristiano Ronaldo ended at Man United. It does not sit well with me at all. Especially when you consider that a lot of what Cristiano Ronaldo did in fact say has been proven to be justified and true, So it's really not worked out very well. Nobody's bigger than this club. But it is a point of contention for me. Amorim speaks English, Portuguese and Spanish. That would help. That's awesome. Because of the shit manager and the shit Glazers. Ronaldo was right about everything. Yeah, essentially. Yeah, he was a player. If so, was he any good? I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say a top-tier player, no, but he was a professional standard. Did he play for, Benfica and, who did he play for? Let's have actually a look at his career, mate. Amorim playing career. See what he's all about, lad. See what he's all about. So, senior career, he played for Belenenses. He played 95 games for Benfica. He played 30 games for Braga and 14 games for Al Wakra. No, he was shit, mate. No. Because I don't really remember him that much as a player, right? But yeah, he did play for Benfica quite a few times. Doesn't look like... not really, mate. Benfica are a good team, though. I'm sure he's a decent player. Played against Ericsson, says Ryan. I honestly don't really remember him. It's weird. He's only really stopped playing not that long ago. But I don't really remember him that much, guys, Pub league player. There you go, Chappie. Benfica lad. I mean, I guess I wouldn't, because if he's not playing in the the top teams in the top leagues and that sort of stuff. Plus, was he even ever capped for Portugal? He did play 14 times for them between 2010 and 2014. That's nutty, mate. Fair enough, lad. He represented Portugal in 2 FIFA World Cups. I don't remember this guy, mate, as a player. How weird is that? Literally don't remember him. He must have just not been in there. He was in the squad, weren't he? He was in their squad, mate, in the World Cup. He weren't actually playing for them, mate. You know what I mean? Oh, nice one, Jim Watkins. Yes, please do that. Not a good player, but an amazing manager. Isn't that often the way, Niraj? Yeah, that's often the way. Absolutely, BF Gaming. Yes, I mean, you can literally make a case for that almost being a requirement. Obviously there's still great coaches who are great players like Zidane and Cruyff and all these people, but often it is the case that the good players aren't very good managers, and sometimes the shit players or the not so good players are better managers, maybe because they can relate to lesser players and build them up, or I don't know, just whatever it is. That's so true, JJS. You're not wrong. Carlo, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of coaches. Jose Mourinho's a right candidate, because he wasn't even a player. Was he? He was. I mean, he was basically just an interpreter. I'm pretty sure Andre Villas-Boas was a similar situation, getting into management as well. I don't think he played. I don't know much about. Don't know much about Spurs as manager. Postecoglou, but I can only imagine he was a right shit player. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's loads. Jurgen Klopp, I'm pretty sure he was just like some league-free German friend, so, yeah, well, there you go. I don't even think Mourinho was a player, Phil Berry, was he? I think he was just an interpreter initially for Barcelona, got under the wing of Bobby Robson, and then essentially, got into it that way. Pep was good. Sir Alex was a great player. Well, Sir Alex scored a lot of goals and stuff, but, the level... What about the top level? I mean, it depends. Yeah, no, he was a good player. Also, like, Brian Clough was a good player. He scored a lot of goals, like, in the lower leagues in England and stuff, but whatever. To be fair, there's loads of cases of great players being great managers and also shit players being good managers. You don't know much about him as a manager, to be fair. Well, all shall be revealed, my friend. Klopp, yeah, exactly. You think he was a reserve goalkeeper, 14 caps for Portugal, and he's not a good player, man. Some football fans are crazy. Okay, Connor. Well, when we say not a good player, it's like he's not Pepe, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's not Rui Costa. He's not one of these sorts of big name Portugal players. He's just not. So I think that's what people mean. We're not saying he's shite. He was a professional. He's had 14 caps for a great nation, represented them in 2 World Cups. He's obviously a good player, but he's not. He's not that memorable, to be honest. Sully Griffin, thank you so much there, Sully Griffin, for gifting out 5 members. Let's go. Here we go, Sully. Here we go. Thank you, Sully Griffin. That's very much appreciated of you, dude. Can we all get some big love in there, please, for Sully Griffin for the 5 gifted memberships? If you're one of the lucky ones as well, give him a big thank you. Ryan, King Boomy, Jim Watkins, Sue, and James T, the lucky ones. Let's go. Thank you so much for that there. You're an absolute legend, Sully Griffin. Hope you're having a good one. How's you today? Exactly, Piggy, the best thing's that Amorim doesn't wear shit clothes. Thank you, Arn. Let's go, Flowers. Yeah. Which managers are great managers that never played? Well, I think I've just basically gone over a few of them, haven't I? Jose Mourinho, obviously, is the main one. I think, pretty sure Andre Villas-Boas never was a player. Could be wrong on that one, but I think he had... Isn't his story like he lived opposite, like, someone or something, and just like was like, oh, I'll just be a manager like you. Can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure he just got into the game via a different method. Yeah, I thought you said Mourinho played. No, I said I don't think Mourinho ever played. I don't think he ever actually played. No, he was an interpreter, lad. Obviously, some of the good managers like Klopp played, and to a lower level, and even Arsene Wenger. I'm pretty sure even Arsene Wenger played like Division 2 in France or some shit. Pretty sure Wenger played as well. But I don't think Jose ever played. I'm pretty sure he was just an interpreter and never actually played professional football. Oh, really? Ryan says Mourinho played, but just at a poor level. Fair play. Wasn't too show a male model before becoming a manager. I highly doubt that, Sovereign Saint, mate, because, you know, unless you're trying to sell ventriloquist dummies, I would say that's a bit of a tough sell, mate. Mourinho played as a goalkeeper. Really? He's only a little fella. George Campos vibes. Patience is key. We Liverpool fans gave Klopp lots of rope and he delivered. Maybe not as we would have liked, but still, you've got a lot of toxic fans cheering for this guy. Give Amorim time. Well, Amorim's going to get a lot of time, you know. Don't talk to us about toxic fans there, Scouser. Do you know what I'm saying? But to be fair, yeah, you know, obviously we're going to have to give him time. It's going to take lots of development time for this team to do well, isn't it? Reapers Underworld, thank you so much indeed. There, you legend, for the membership, lad. Thanks for becoming a member, Reaper, again there. Thanks for re-upping your membership. Get some love in there, please, for Mr. Reapers Underworld. Rodgers and Nagelsmann never played, says Connor L. What, not even to some level, though, Connor? You know? Scolari had an average career and won a World Cup. Yeah, that's a nutty one as well, lad. Gerard Houllier, didn't think he played. Interesting. Best managers did play. Pep, Carlos, actually, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Zidane played, you know. Yeah, Alex Ferguson played. Brian Clough played. You know, yeah, good shout. Andre Villas-Boas, yeah, I don't think he did. Benitez and Sarri were gash as well. Ralphie Ragnick. Good afternoon, Jay United. Shows us, let's all back him and understand it will take time. Yes, spot on, Jay. Well said, mate. Hope you're good. No worries. It was Sully Griffin, Jim Watkins. Souness played the game, allegedly. Souness was an absolute midfield destroyer, weren't he? He was a right rough bastard, lad. He was a good player, but he was also a roughhouse, shithouse bastard. And a scouser. The best players often make the worst managers. Yeah, can be. Arsene Wenger didn't play. I'm pretty sure Arsene Wenger did, like, play for some, like, French League 3, League 2 side or something. Yeah. Never played to a good level, but he did play professionally, I believe. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me just have a little look. But I'm pretty sure he did. But just for some proper shit team. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's this? Yeah, he played for Mutzig, Mulhouse, ASPV Strasbourg, and RC Strasbourg. RC Strasbourg actually kind of all right. Do you know what I mean? But still, that's a shit playing career. Yeah, he did play low level stuff. Yeah. Anyway, right, guys, so I'm going to have to wrap this video up now, but there is the latest news. Amorim is official. Get in there, you absolute beauties. Thank you so much, everyone who's tuned into this live stream. You can come back after this video is finished and have your say in the not live comments and let us know about Amorim. One thing I'd love you all to do, actually, is to come back after this video is finished and comment out of 10 how good of an appointment you think this one is and how good you think his career is going to be. Give us a rating out of 10 after the video is finished. Come back after a comment out of 10 what you think the situation's going to be with this appointment. Anyway, cheers, you bunch of legends. Thanks for tuning in. All the moderators, people like Don Berber and Gungshin, everyone who's got in here. Thank you for moderating the live chat, G-Wolf, etc. All the new members, thank you so much once again. Sully Griffin for gifting up members there, and Reapers Underworld, thanks for getting in there, guys. Thanks everyone who smashed the like button. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button before you go. Give us a like spike and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming content. Click the bell icon for notifications. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch and Kick at Flying Pig United. Please do that. Also check out the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. Big up Piotr, Madhouse, Flowers, M, Sully, Flowers, Solitude, PJ, Piotr, Mr. Leo G, Let's Go, Stephanie Griffith, Connor L, Madhouse, DJ Superfly Guy, Sully Griffin, Reapers Underworld, Superstar Jim, Luan France, you legendess. Indeed. Come on, Amorim. Let's go, Luan. Egg with eyes as well. Come on. Arn, Marky N Lad, Andy Corkin Hansen, Solitude Guard, Stephanie Griffith, Madhouse, CC, Stuart, Spicy, Aaron, Must Play, Piotr, Stephanie, Anthony Evan, BF Gaming, Dilvani, United, AMR, Dewey, Watkins, and everybody else. Piggy loves you. Ruben Amorim, coming on the 11th of November. He'll be getting to work then, and hopefully we can try and salvage something from this season, because it's been an absolute shitter. Ruud van Nistelrooy overseeing the next 2 games, though. So we'll just enjoy it with Ruud at the wheel. We've got Chelsea coming up. I'm not really expecting to get much from that. Hopefully have a good bounce. And then obviously PAOK game after that. And then we'll be back to it. Get in there, you legends. Have a great day, everyone. Piggy loves you. Thanks for watching. Big up Phil Berry, Football Brownie, Arnie, Piotr, Dante, you legend. Get in there. We're just wrapping it up, but great to see you. How's you, dude? Come on. Get in there, Amorim. Anyway. Stay classy, and I'll see you a bit later on. More news coming as and when. So keep your eyes peeled. Also, follow us on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. We will be back on there tonight doing some raw FC25 action around about 10:45 p.m. So do subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming if you're not already. Cheers, Jim. Cheers, Daz. Cheers, Luan. And all the legends of the channel. Piggy loves you. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.